Good morning, folks. Last week was a very good week. We took some trades. A lot of them went our direction. Some didn't. So last week took a short, a long Euro USD. Currently I'm not having for now on Euro USD, I would only want to buy if anything breaks out all back to this zone. I would like to buy from this fair value gap to ultimately this target. This is the hand I'm looking for on Euro USD. So I'll be looking at DXY while all that is happening. So I called for gold short last week, and this was what I was looking for. My analysis for this last week on the last video that I posted. I called for the sell on gold. So I took a shot. I later found another entry here. So I took another shot from this zone. I was hoping for this low to be taken out, but we shifted here. Then when we were at this low, I had to break even to this low, to this high right here. So I was taken out on break even just right here. But I am content with what I had. It had a good run, so I took multiple position. So currently, what do I want to see on this? Possibly we can still run this low. We can tap into this fair value gap and trade down. But right now I'm not on this trade. I'm looking at the weekly. I still think it might still trade down, but the monthly it's saying otherwise. We can see a run up into this fair value gap, then we crash down. But for now, I'll just stand the sidelines and watch how it books. But on Monday, when market opens today, later today, and maybe on Monday or during the course of the week, if we trade up to this zone or this zone, the reaction of there from the 15 minutes or 1 hour can suggest what I will do next. Then I also took trades on silver because they had this information. So your silver took one position here, took one here. It just picked me and retraced. So and I also talked about US oil, the zone that I was talking about that I would love price to trade into. I wanted it to happen, I think a week before, but it didn't. But it later happened just this last week. So I took a buy. So if we happen to still trade back to this zone anywhere around this area, I will still add more positions. And also UKOIL. So just the same, targeting these highs. Then for this week, what I'll be looking at is just this US oil and NASDAQ. So this is how I would want my NASDAQ to lay out. I've already analyzed this market, so it's looking so clean to me. So anything that makes us trade into this zone, I'll be a buyer right here, right at the entrance of this fair value gap. I will buy from here. I can also put my stop here to make, maybe if I'm taking two positions, I can do 1:3 and 1:2. So it will be 1:5 in total. So that's what I will be looking at doing. This looks so well to me. So hopefully, I know that we'll run this low, possibly we'll run this this previous day low. I think we would run it. Then on the 4 hours basics, we might run it and retrace from here. So maybe while the market is booking, changes out of delivery in the 15 minutes, if we tap into this one, I can also buy from there. It depends on how it tips its hand for me. It will determine how I would. But I would place a buy order just exactly at this point. Immediately the market opens, one stop will be here, one stop will be here. So this is what I'm looking for this week. And I'll be buying more of US oil. So if the next candle for tomorrow opens closed up and leaves a fair value gap here, so I would be looking for, depending on how we react, price might trade back into this zone or this zone. It might also just shoot straight up. So depending on how we book, will determine how I would buy this. But I'm interested in the longs to this zone, then I also have this zone that I marked out here. So I am so bullish on this. The same thing with this. Then for gold right now, I'm undecided. I don't really know where. I think it will go down. I think it will go down, but there is no clean structure for me to say that, okay, I'm very sure that I will be going down now. So I would maybe start the sidelines until I see a reaction. Maybe from here, if we trade into this zone, the reaction here and here would definitely tell me what we are doing next. Then for yin pairs, we really crashed a lot. So I still think we'll still go lower for yin pairs. So I still think we can come for these lows. Then I can start looking for longs. But for now, I'm not interested in this pair. For now, nothing interests me here. So the same thing with USD Swiss franc, USD card, same thing. Then Euro AUD, I missed a buy on Euro AUD on Tuesday last week, but where it is at the moment, is also giving me a buy and sell kind of formation at the same time. So I'll just sit by the sideline and watch. But I have a selling formation on Euro New Zealand. Surprisingly, I have a selling formation at Euro on Euro New Zealand, and the reward is not much. It's just 1:1.8. So I might possibly not even take it because it's just 1:1.8. It's not even up to 1:2. So I might possibly leave it. I might also, throw in something. But I'll just see how it books. I'll see how it books. And that will be all for this week. I'm looking at NASDAQ. I'm looking at US oil. Then Euro USD can also give us entries, the most traded pair, so it can give you entries anytime. So if we happen to trade into this zone, that's when I will be interested in Euro USD. So from this zone, this is where I would be interested in. Anywhere inside this zone, don't mind this. This is the daily fair value gap right here. Yeah, but I think it will be violated. It's similar to what happened, I think 2 months ago or 1 month ago. So I'm expecting this to be violated and trade up to this high. Then maybe the next month we crash. But for August, I think we'll run this high and close lower than this for August. Then September, I want to see us rolling down to all these lows. So let's see how it goes. Then that's basically it. So tomorrow I'll be looking at possibility of buying from this zone if we are to trade down to this zone. I'm not sure we will, but never can tell. GBP USD would have been this zone. We'll be looking at this zone also. Well, I'm really not interested in until further confirmations, but for now, the confirmed ones for me is NASDAQ, US oil, UK oil. Then gold can be added to the side. But until then, till the market opens, and we'll see what we're going to do. So let's watch out and see what the market is going to print for us this week. I wish you guys a profitable week. Until next week, be safe.